Well, guys, it's officially here. College football has come, and it's time to talk about the biggest game of the weekend. That's what I'm talking about. The Texas Longhorns versus our hated rivals, the University of Louisiana Monroe Warhawks. God, I hate those guys. You know, a couple of years back when they did stuff and we didn't like that stuff, I got mad about that stuff. But this weekend, we get to avenge that stuff that happened. Okay, listen here. UL Monroe has 18 seniors coming back. 10 starters returning on defense, 8 on offense. Okay, and I don't care if they have 5 different coaches and their head coach is probably going to be heading out at the end of this season because even for a bad program, they're bad for a bad program. You still got to watch out this year because as Mac Brown said, this is a spread offense, so they're all over the place. Guys, it's really hard to get pumped up for this weekend to watch a team play. And, I'm a season ticket holder, student here at UT. Our home schedule is pathetic. We have really no games on the schedule here at home, especially in Austin, that are enticing really in the least. And we're starting off with UL Monroe, and I'll be at the game, 6 o'clock kickoff. Looking forward to see the guys play. This is the number 2 team ranked in the country. Colt McCoy back, quest for the Heisman. The team's, a legitimate contender for the national championship. But doggone, it's a long road to get there. And we've got starting off with UL Monroe. Now, they beat Alabama 2 years ago, which Alabama wasn't ranked. They weren't any good that year. They weren't the Alabama, that they are now. And Texas is ranked number 2 in the country. There's no reason I don't even know a preview video for this. This is it's nothing to preview. It's an exhibition. It's a watch the Longhorns go scrimmage. That's what it is. If Texas doesn't win by 40, it's probably going to be a disaster. It's not going to be anything to talk about. But I will say this, and Texas needs to be wary because the Longhorns are not invincible to being embarrassed at home by bad teams. Not saying they lose to bad teams at home, but a couple years ago, North Texas came in here and gave us a game. And 2 years ago, my first game in Austin as a student, when we played Arkansas State here, and we won by 7 or 8, whatever. It was too close for anything. So Texas in past years has been known to look ahead from these games, as most teams do, but not just look ahead, but don't even show up and just kind of get by the skin of your teeth. That being said, I think this is a different team. I think you saw it last year. I think the leadership is there. I don't think there's as many egos on this team as the teams before. Cedric Benson, Roy Williams, Jamal Charles, guys like that, kind of, they were me guys on the team, had, their inter-team strife and everything. This team is pretty cohesive as last year's was. So this weekend we'll go in there and we'll kill UL Monroe. Got Charlie Weatherby's the coach. Nothing really to talk about. And really it kind of sucks because, I go to every game I can. I'm here in Austin. As I got season tickets, and so I'll be there. But, guys, I really wish we were on the road this week playing this team because by going to this game, I've got to miss OU BYU, Virginia Tech versus Alabama, and Okie State plays Georgia at 2:30, and I'll probably get to watch the first half, but I may miss the end of that game. Those are great matchups, ones I've been looking forward to since the season started, and I'm going to be up at the stadium here watching the Longhorns just beat the dog out of a bad team. So, but I just let's looking at the Longhorns. Let me just give y'all a taste of what the Longhorns' home schedule is this season. Louisiana Monroe at home, as we know. Then you got at Wyoming, so don't have to go to that one. But that's a barn burner. Then we got a home against Texas Tech. I'm looking forward to that game. Atmosphere is going to be crazy for that one. Big 12 game, good. Then you got a home against UTEP. I'm okay with playing an in-state team. That's not as good as us, but it's just added to the list of games that aren't appealing at all. Then you've got home against Colorado, and that's a Big 12 team. I think Colorado's going to be better, but it's not something that just grabs you. Now then we go to Dallas. I've got my tickets for Oklahoma. I'll be there. Then you've got 2 road games at Mizzou, at Oklahoma State. Now I've already got my tickets for Stillwater. So right now, unless anything pops up, I will be at that game in Stillwater, Oklahoma when we play Oklahoma State. Then we've got Central Florida at home. Then you go to road at Baylor. I may be in Waco if my buddy at Baylor can get me some tickets. I may be in Waco. And then you got at home against Kansas, who right now is ranked number 25. So they may be ranked by the time we get there, maybe not. And then you got at Texas A&M on the road. But home games to look forward to: Louis Monroe, Texas Tech, UTEP, Colorado, Central Florida, Kansas. The reason I got the Oklahoma State tickets was, one, I think it's going to be a good game, but two, just to feel like I get my money's worth for tickets. Now, I get a pretty good discount as a student, but it seems like every week here in Austin, we're just going to get cakewalks. And most of the time it's like that. You know, Texas and OU, our stadiums are usually criticized because we don't really have the loudest crowds. Mostly that's because when we walk into that stadium, 99.9% of the time we go in there, we're the better team by a long shot. You know, sometimes you get Ohio State come to town, but most of the time, even when you bring in teams, you know, what happened was we had scheduled Utah and Arkansas for this season. Now, you take out La Monroe and Wyoming and put in Arkansas and Utah, that's a pretty daggum good non-conference schedule. But both those teams backed out on us. So we replaced them with La Monroe and Wyoming. So I give Texas the pass in the sense that we do have teams bail on us because they don't want to play us. But at the same time, you're Texas, you got to find someone else better to play. But this is what we're stuck with the Warhawks this weekend. Texas is going to win, and I'm probably going to miss the better games. So enjoy the games, guys. I mean, this game's going to be on pay-per-view. So if you want to pay $40 to watch the Longhorn scrimmage, be my guest. But I'll be at the game. Hook 'em horns, Texas fight. Everybody have a great weekend of college football.